Welcome, this is Nothins here. I'm going to show you how I do the coding for the Minecraft Classics, the modifications for the TTR3 skins if I ever do them. I only did one so far. As well as the modifications for the Gemcraft, both of the past two which are on the iPod. And of course, Minecraft Classic is Minecraft Classic. Now, first off is the Classic. Two tools that if you do plan on doing this, the first one you're gonna need for both of them is gonna be Notepad++. I'll pull it up here in a second. Right here. What's good about this is unlike the normal Notepad, where it just lists stuff and there's no like really defined definition between one thing and another. Like you see here, it's just a plain blank screen, not really much, type whatever. There's not much to it, but Notepad++, it gives you the ability. Now I can't find my stuff. It gives you the ability to easily code things, and you have them spaced out. So when you go through, you can easily pick out one thing from another, and it just makes your life so much easier, especially when you're coding stuff. Everything's just written out, and highlight stuff if it tells you something's missing. You can see it easily. I'll pull up a command that I wrote here. Of course it's not. There it is. It's right here. Over on the left-hand side, you got your numbers and all your commands, and up here, just simple, easy stuff. I use this for the Minecraft commands that me and a friend called Synthesis work on. I just usually do the basic codes. He just fills in the rest. Like this one I did myself, and he just ran over it and just went through, made sure everything worked right. Most of it's just simple. All you gotta do is know what stuff means and know what you're looking for, and you can just like copy and paste stuff, and it just makes things so much easier. Now, he knows a heck of a lot more than I do, and he ends up coming up with all this, which is a lot more than what I had to begin with, but there's just a lot more to it. This was a command that'll kill you and take your money. So, I mean, the equation for it was simple. There's like, 20 some lines, and he ends up turning into 156. Of course, I'm pretty sure most of this is so I can't do it to him, because we like to fight. But as long as you know what you're looking for and you know what it does, a lot of stuff, all you have to do really is copy and paste. Like if I created a suicide command right here, there's not really much to it, and all this just comes from, the spawn code, which is this part right here. All you gotta do is know what you're looking for. Keeping this in mind, using Notepad++ just makes stuff so much easier, and you can get things done. Now, that's for the Minecraft Classic. Meta is totally different, but this is all you can be used in like MC Law, probably the newer versions like MC Forge, Minecraft. There are a few others, I'm sure, that have spawned off from that since the devs stopped working on it. So, I'm pretty sure most of these will still work for it, except for the fact that you have to change some stuff like the namespace. And it's just, yeah, that's it. For the Tap Tap Revenge, I don't do any actual modding of the game itself. I more or less prefer to use the skins just to make it look better. Instead of the doll just ugly looking, for that it would be Adobe Photoshop 6.0. and just regular paint, which can also help you sometimes. Well, the reason why you need editing software for this is the transparency backgrounds. You go through a lot of this. I'll pull something up here. Modded default files. Like this right here. The checkerboard in the back is transparency. Because most of the files are like PNGs, it's image type, there is no background to it and it overlaps everything, so you need the transparency so you can see what's behind it and what's in front of it. If you don't have the transparency, stuff just isn't going to look good. So when you have the program that uses transparency, you're able to successfully change the image to how you want and still be able to use it while making it look good. Now, through the TTR3 or Tap Tap Revenge 3, most of the stuff that I do is just editing of the PNG files and changing it so it looks to how I want. There's not that much different at all, and this is right when I was getting into the actual modding of the iPod. I didn't want to mess with the plist files because I didn't want to mess up certain things, or every time I tried I didn't have the right program for it. So I just stuck to the images. For Gemcraft though, I took a different route and I did get into the actual coding, which I'll pull up some of them right here. It's just your basic, like Minecraft was C and then the number sign. I'm not sure if there's a difference between that and C+. I'm pretty sure they're different, but basically the same thing. Gemcraft uses HTML for its coding. So again, it's just all you gotta do is know what you're looking for and you can pretty much successfully change it. For this you want Notepad++, but then you also need to go on and Google and find a plist editor for it. If I can find it. Let's see. Yeah, but anyway, you go through and once you find the plist editor, well, it's not showing up. Anyway, you go on and when you go through and you're modding this, the only really thing you gotta make sure is that your values are correct. Like right here, highlighted this. If you leave that blank, you know, it could go wrong. It may not. If you don't have your end sequencing correct, your last tags like the integers here, if it's not correct, it's not going to work. Again, with the Minecraft, this is much easier, but if everything's not right, things can start going wrong. Like, let's say I changed... I can change this number right here. I can change that to whatever number I want, and the whole thing's not gonna work. Like the whole actual game isn't even gonna load. I can change this right here. Again, the game's not gonna load. But if you look at it, you can tell exactly what does what. And you know what to change right here. This says path, so that must be the path the monster take. The X, the N, where the monsters end, where they start. You know, they follow the path that is set out and chosen. Here you got your level ID names. Here you got the armor of the monster. You got the gems that the game gives you. You have the boss info. You just have the stuff with the background image that the overlaying. That the overlaying track and sprites go on. It's just really simple. Then you have stuff like the world map here. It's just all the same stuff, and you can tell where to go over and what to change, even though a lot of it is just going over trial and error. Because I know, like right here, I don't know the graphing system that Gemcraft uses, so this 505, 601, 661, I don't know what it means. I don't know if it's X first, Y or X. I don't know if it's starting from the upper left, lower right. I don't know where it starts. For all I know, could be starting at the top and going down. I don't know. So all you gotta do is put it in, see if it works, see where it's at, change a little, note the difference, and go from there. Usually, when you're doing trial and error, it does take a little time, but eventually you get it right, and you learn from it, and then you know what to do next. There's not really much else I can say other than that, except for the tools. Adobe Photoshop, you know, if you want to just mod the actual PNG files, if you want to go into the actual HTMLs, usually they're going to be in a plist format if they're on the iPod, so you're going to want a plist editor. If you're just modding some random thing that you see on there that can be used as a text file, Notepad++. It's just really simple and real easy. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.